Have you ever found yourself at a busy intersection, maybe a bit distracted for a second?
Happens to everyone, right?
Yeah, and then you spot a traffic sign, maybe it's a stop P sign, maybe a yield, and you suddenly kind of snap to attention thinking,
Okay.
what's the non-negotiable rule here?
Or you've been driving for ages, feel pretty confident,
Right.
but then you see, say, the no stopping versus no parking sign and have that moment of, hang on, what is the actual difference?
Exactly. Those little moments, sometimes just a slight uncertainty, they really highlight how vital these silent commands are every day.
Mhm.
So today we're taking a deep dive into the, frankly, fascinating but absolutely crucial world of regulatory traffic signs.
Mm-hmm.
These aren't just, suggestions or helpful tips.
Not at all.
No way. These are explicit, legally binding commands. They're the things that orchestrate that whole complex ballet of cars, pedestrians, bikes.
It really is like a ballet, isn't it?
It is. And these signs are the conductors, making sure it all flows, and most importantly, stays safe. Now, this particular deep dive, it's built on some really invaluable insights and material shared by Erzogрафos.
Ah, yes.
He's a distinguished driving and traffic education instructor,
Mm-hmm.
and this comes from his theoretical lessons at a driving school. His practical expertise, it really forms the bedrock for what we're talking about. It gives us the rules, sure, but also the why behind them.
The context is so important.
It really is. So our mission today, crystal clear. We're going to unpack these fundamental signs. We'll analyze each one, not just what it tells you, but why that specific action is, well, unequivocally required.
Getting to the core reasoning.
Exactly. We want you, our listener, to come away from this not just knowing the rules, but feeling truly empowered, having that solid, nuanced understanding of what each sign demands and the critical why behind it. And to guide us through this pretty intricate landscape of road rules and their big implications, we have our expert with us. So let's kick things off by understanding the foundational role these signs play, their kind of overarching purpose in the whole traffic ecosystem.
Well, it's fascinating, like you said, because regulatory signs they're fundamentally different. They're not like warning signs, the ones that just give you a heads up about a sharp curve ahead or maybe slippery roads.
Right, those are more like advisories.
Exactly. Regulatory signs, though, they deliver specific executable commands. They are, and this is an exaggeration, the ultimate authority on that stretch of road. There's just no room for interpretation or guesswork or trying to, read between the lines.
So very black and white.
Very black and white. They actively define what's permitted, what's forbidden, or what is absolutely obligatory right there, right then. Zero ambiguity. And that clarity, well, that's precisely what makes them so essential for driving. And frankly, for the whole idea of organized traffic.
I can only imagine the chaos otherwise.
Oh, absolutely. If every driver just decided based on their own judgment, total chaos.
So when you say ultimate authority, is that like absolute, no exceptions, ever? Or maybe in, I don't know, extreme emergencies? And where does that authority actually come from, legally speaking?
That's a really crucial question. It gets right to the heart of it. Fundamentally, yes, they represent codified law. Now, okay, in a true life or death emergency, a driver might have to deviate. But in normal driving, they are absolute.
Okay.
Their authority comes directly from the road traffic code, and that code, it's formally published, it's legally binding. In Greece, for example, you'd find these regulations in the Iran, the government gazette.
The official publication.
Exactly. So this isn't just, a traffic engineer's good idea. It's legislation. Think of them as the actual backbone of the traffic code, the core of road discipline. They're designed really meticulously to ensure the safest, the smoothest, and the most predictable flow for everyone. Drivers, pedestrians, cyclists, all road users.
Without that universal adherence, it just wouldn't work.
It simply couldn't function. Not with today's traffic volumes.
That legal foundation makes total sense. So, okay, beyond the law, why are these explicit commands so incredibly critical for everyone out there? What's the day-to-day real-world impact?
Oh, the impact is huge, and it works on several levels. First off, they are absolutely essential for eliminating confusion. Just picture it for a second. Every driver guessing at a busy intersection, or approaching a blind corner, or navigating around some unexpected roadwork.
Nightmare scenario. Constant near misses.
Gridlock.
Gridlock.
Exactly. Regulatory signs just wipe away that guesswork. They make traffic situations predictable for everyone involved. You see a sign, you know exactly what you need to do. And crucially, you can anticipate with a pretty high degree of certainty what other drivers should be doing.
That shared understanding, like a common language.
Precisely. It's a common language that allows millions of us, sometimes moving very fast, to navigate complex spaces safely. Secondly, they're vital for ensuring orderly flow. By setting these clear, universal rules, they basically homogenize traffic.
Homogenize. Interesting term.
Yeah, it means every road user understands and sticks to the same set of expectations. Doesn't matter where you learn to drive, your personal habits, even your cultural background. That consistency is absolutely key to preventing chaos, reducing congestion, and honestly, making journeys less stressful.
Like silent choreographers.
That's a great way to put it. They choreograph the whole commute, making sure vehicles move together as a system, not just randomly. And maybe the most critical point, this guidance is absolutely vital for preventing traffic accidents.
The ultimate goal, really.
Right. By directing specific, predictable actions, especially in spots identified as higher risk, based on traffic studies, accident data.
Like known black spots.
Exactly. These signs proactively tackle potential hazards before they even happen. Think about a set-off sign at a blind intersection. It's not just randomly placed. It's a critical intervention designed to prevent a nasty T-bone collision.
Makes sense.
Or a speed limit sign. That number isn't just pulled out of thin air. It's calculated by engineers based on road design, visibility, maybe there are schools nearby, vulnerable pedestrians, accident history, all aimed at ensuring you can safely react and stop in that specific environment.
So much science behind it.
A huge amount. They really are the unsung heroes of road safety.
It's incredible, isn't it? How much thought goes into things we often just glance at. So connecting this to the bigger picture then, what happens when these clear commands are ignored? How serious is non-compliance really? Is it just a slap on the wrist?
It's far from a slap on the wrist. The gravity is, well, it's profound. Ignoring these signs isn't a minor slip-up or just an inconvenience. It is a direct violation of the road traffic code. Full stop. And the consequences. They're genuinely serious, can have huge implications. We're talking substantial fines, often getting steeper depending on how serious the violation is.
Right.
More significantly, it can lead to suspension of your driver's license. Think about the impact that has on daily life, getting to work, freedom of movement.
Massive disruption.
Absolutely. And in the worst case scenarios, tragically, if an accident happens because someone ignored a regulatory sign, it can lead to criminal liability.
Wow. So beyond just civil penalties.
Oh, yes. We could be talking actual legal charges, potentially even jail time. This really underlines the massive legal weight behind every single sign. Like I mentioned, these rules are formally published for TULE, the Government Gazette. They're not just guidelines. They are legally binding mandates out there for everyone to see, officially recognized.
And every sign carries that weight.
Every single one, which is why compliance has to be non-negotiable. It's part of that social contract we all agree to when we get behind the wheel.
That's a really powerful reminder of the responsibility we all have. Okay, right. Let's unpack this first big category of regulatory signs then. The ones dealing with stopping and yielding. These are just fundamental for managing priority, aren't they? Dictating who goes, who waits, who has the right of way.
Absolutely fundamental. They're like the traffic controllers at countless junctions and merge points, working constantly to prevent collisions by setting clear, predictable rules of engagement.
Okay, first up, the big one, the Stay Top P sign. Probably the most recognized regulatory sign on the planet, right? And definitely one of the most powerful.
Instantly recognizable.
Yeah, you know it immediately. That unique octagonal shape, the bright red color, the stark white letters S, Stay, O-A, O-P, or TOST. That 8-sided design, it's genius, isn't it? Makes it almost impossible to miss, even if it's raining hard or snowing or maybe partially hidden by a branch.
And identifiable from the back, too, which is clever.
Exactly. You know what it is without even reading it. That shape tells you everything.
And you mailed it earlier, host. The command from a SACTA P sign is completely non-negotiable. It demands a mandatory full stop before the intersection itself or before the marked stop line, if there is one.
Okay, a full stop.
And here's the absolute key detail, the bit that sometimes even experienced drivers kind of gloss over. You have to stop regardless of whether there's any other traffic.
That's the crucial part.
It is. You bring your vehicle to a complete halt. Wheels stop turning, period. Doesn't matter if the road looks totally clear for miles. Doesn't matter if it's 3 a.m. and you seem to be the only soul around. The sign mandates a complete stop.
So no rolling stumps if you think it's safe.
Absolutely not. That's not what the sign means. It's an explicit order. Stop. Completely.
So why is that absolute stop so critical? Even when, you look around and there's absolutely nothing coming, what's the hidden danger it's trying to prevent there?
Excellent question. And that gets right to the justification. The core legal and safety reason for making the S.P absolute, even if nothing's visible, is all about eliminating subjective interpretation and human error.
Right, taking the guesswork out.
Exactly. If it was up to individual judgment, people would make different calls. One driver might genuinely think it's clear, but miss a fast bike or a kid on a scooter.
Or be distracted for just a split second.
Precisely. The absolute stop forces that pause, a complete pause. It makes you scan the entire environment again with fresh eyes and ears. Check carefully for cross traffic, pedestrians, cyclists, maybe even an emergency vehicle coming fast that you wouldn't otherwise see or hear.
Gives you those crucial extra seconds.
It does. Time to process, assess, and confirm it's genuinely safe. It accounts for blind spots, things blocking your view, unexpected arrivals. So your required action, unequivocal. You must bring your vehicle to a complete stop. Wheels locked. Zero forward motion.
Okay, stop first.
Then, only after stopping, you check carefully. Look left, right, left again. Scan thoroughly for anyone crossing or approaching. And only when it is absolutely demonstrably safe, when you are certain nobody else has priority, then you proceed.
The justification is pure safety, accident prevention, clear right of way.
Spot on. It builds in that essential buffer for the unexpected.
Makes perfect sense. Okay, now let's shift to a related sign, but one with a key difference. The yield sign. In Greek, the pinakara prisis kokratitis. This also dictates priority, but it feels like it has a slightly different emphasis.
It does indeed.
And again, the description is unique, right? That inverted triangle shape. Red border, white inside. Like the octagon for S.P, this inverted shape instantly signals something specific.
A different kind of priority rule, exactly. It signals deference, but not always that absolute stop.
So what's the command here?
The command from a yield sign is basically slow down and be ready to stop to let other vehicles or pedestrians who have the priority pass first. It's all about being prepared to give way.
Okay, ready to stop.
Yes. The sign is telling you that traffic on the road you're approaching or pedestrians crossing, they have the right of way, and you must allow them to proceed without being impeded. Now, the really fascinating bit and the crucial difference from S.P is that it does not always require a full stop.
Ah, okay. This is where the confusion often happens.
It is. You are not automatically commanded to stop if the way is genuinely clear. However, and this is key, you must be ready to stop if you need to give that priority. The emphasis is on yielding, deferring.
Not necessarily stopping if nothing's there.
Correct. If there's no cross traffic, no pedestrians, no hazard, you can proceed without coming to a full stop. And it's a big Hershey, but only if you've slowed down enough to be absolutely sure the way is clear and you won't cause anyone else to slow down or swerve.
So it's much more about anticipating and reacting based on the situation, rather than that mandatory pause of the S.P sign. Are there common ways drivers mess this up?
Oh, definitely. The most common mistake is treating it like a sort of slow down slightly and then just go sign without really assessing who has priority.
Assuming the gap is theirs.
Exactly. Or just not slowing down enough to actually be ready to stop if needed. The justification, the why behind your required action is all about proactive assessment and deference.
Yeah.
You have to approach cautiously, significantly reducing speed enough so you could easily stop if something appeared. This isn't just a quick tap on the brake, it's a conscious preparation to yield.
Actively scanning.
Actively standing for any traffic, vehicles, or pedestrians that has the right of way. If they do, you wait. Let them pass safely before you go. That might mean a full stop if traffic is heavy. Or it might just mean slowing right down to let one car clear.
So you yield your priority.
Unequivocally, you are required to yield your priority. The why is about keeping traffic flowing efficiently and safely on the priority road while allowing others to merge or cross safely by giving way. It prevents conflicts over right of way.
That clarity is so helpful. Okay, let's switch gears now. Let's look at the signs that tell us what we absolutely cannot do. The prohibitions. These seem critical for keeping order and stopping dangerous moves.
Absolutely critical, host. These prohibition signs, they need to be understood instantly, often using symbols that work across languages, making the message crystal clear to basically anyone driving.
And they have a distinct look, right?
They generally do, typically circular, usually with a bold red border, and inside there's often a symbol, maybe with a diagonal line through it, showing the action that's forbidden. That red circle, that border, it's the universal sign for don't or forbidden, an immediate visual cue. Restriction ahead.
Okay, so what's a common one?
Let's start with the no entry sign. Apagortai isodos in Greek, instantly recognizable. Red circle, Bold, horizontal, white line right across the middle.
Like a barrier.
Exactly. Stark, clear, no ambiguity. That white line just screams, "You shall not pass from this direction." And the command is just as simple. Vehicles are not permitted to enter that specific road or lane from where you are. It's a definitive block on entry from your angle.
Where do you usually see these?
Very common at the exit of a one-way street, obviously, to stop people driving the wrong way. Also entrances to restricted zones, private roads, maybe construction areas. The justification is pretty obvious. Preventing head-on collisions on one-way streets is paramount. Or enforcing specific traffic flows.
Given how dangerous ignoring this one could be, are the consequences, tougher than for other signs beyond just a standard ticket?
Oh, significantly tougher, yes. Ignoring a no-entry sign isn't just a violation, it's incredibly reckless.
Sure.
You'll face hefty fines, points, sure. But if you cause a crash by going the wrong way down a one-way street, you'd almost certainly be deemed fully at fault. You could face serious criminal liability, reckless endangerment, maybe even assault charges, depending on what happens.
Wow, okay.
You're fundamentally disrupting the design safety of the road in the most dangerous way possible. So the required action for a driver, simple. Under no circumstances, enter where this sign is displayed. Don't even think about checking for traffic. It's an absolute ban on entry.
Got it. Okay, next up, you mentioned this earlier, the one that trips up so many people, the difference between no stopping and no parking.
Ah, yes, the classic confusion. Understanding this is genuinely vital. Saves fines, keeps clearways open for emergency vehicles, helps traffic flow smoothly.
So break it down for us. No stopping first. What does that look like?
The no stopping sign. Apagoetusite iti is the red circle crossed by one diagonal line, just one line.
Okay, one line, no stopping.
And the command is very strict. It prohibits both stopping and parking. You are absolutely not allowed to stop your vehicle there, for any reason, even for a second.
Not even to quickly let someone out.
Nope. Not for pickups, drop-offs, loading, unloading, even if you stay in the car with the engine running. The only exception, and I mean the only one, is if you have to stop because of traffic conditions you can't control, like a red light, unavoidable heavy congestion, or stopping to avoid hitting something.
Okay, so unless traffic forces you, keep moving.
Exactly. The justification is usually that it's a high traffic zone, maybe near an emergency exit, a fire hydrant, or just somewhere where continuous flow is absolutely essential, or where any stopped car would be a major hazard or block things. Think hospital entrances, police stations, busy main roads.
So the required action is literally just keep moving past.
Precisely. Think of it as a zone that must stay clear, always, for traffic flow or emergency access, often found at busy junctions, tunnel entrances on bridges, places needing constant clear access.
Right. Now the other one, no parking. How is that different visually?
Okay, the no parking sign. This is the red circle crossed by two diagonal lines. Sometimes, maybe older signs or in different places, you might see a P with a diagonal line through it. But the key is usually that double diagonal line.
Okay, 2 lines equals no parking.
Correct. And that visual difference, one line versus 2 lines, is absolutely crucial to lock in your memory because the command is different. This sign specifically prohibits parking. But, and here's the crucial difference, it generally allows for brief stopping.
Okay, so you can stop briefly.
Generally, yes. For example, to quickly pick someone up or drop them off, or for very quick loading or unloading. But, and these are important conditions, you must not leave the vehicle unattended, and you must not be causing an obstruction to traffic flow.
So temporary stop, stay with the car, don't block anyone.
Exactly. The stop has to be temporary, actively managed by you for a specific, immediate purpose that doesn't involve leaving the car empty. The justification here is that it recognizes the practical need for quick drop-offs, etc., while still preventing people from just leaving their cars there for ages.
Okay, this is definitely where people get mixed up. Can you give us a super simple, maybe a memorable way to keep them straight?
Let's try this. No stopping has one line. Think of it as one strict rule. No stopping, no parking, no exceptions unless forced by traffic. One big emphatic no.
Okay, 1 line, 1 rule, and no.
Right. No parking has 2 lines. Think 2 options. No parking, but brief stopping is okay. The extra line gives you a little more flexibility.
2 lines, 2 options. No parking, but stopping allowed.
Exactly. Or think, no stopping means wheels literally never stop turning unless traffic dictates. No parking means you can stop briefly, but you can't park and walk away.
That's much clearer.
So your required action for no parking, stop temporarily if needed for those specific reasons, but don't leave the car, don't hang around, and always check you're not blocking anyone. Getting that visual difference right really can save you hassle and fines.
Definitely noted. Okay, one more in the prohibition category. The speed limit sign.
Yep.
Quaitja statutes.
Ah, yes, very common, very important.
Circular sign, white background, red border, big number in the middle. Kilometers per hour usually.
That's the one. Its message is pretty universal, and the command is precise. It indicates the maximum speed you are legally allowed to drive on that specific bit of road.
Maximum. Not suggested.
Absolutely not suggested. It is a hard, legally binding upper limit. And the justification, the reason for that specific number, it's not arbitrary at all. It's carefully worked out by engineers and traffic authorities.
Based on what factors?
Oh, loads of things. Road design, lane width, how sharp the curves are, visibility, if there are junctions nearby, if it's near houses or schools or hospitals, and crucially, accident data for that stretch. They weigh all that up to set a limit for maximum safety.
So there's actual science behind, say, a 50-kilometer limit versus an 80. It's not just random.
Absolutely scientific, not random at all. Engineers use formulas considering things like friction, forces on curbs, typical reaction times. They even look at something called the 85th percentile speed. The speed 85% of drivers naturally choose in good conditions, but then they adjust that downwards based on safety factors like pedestrians or accident history.
Fascinating.
Numbers are set to give drivers enough time to react to the unexpected and to minimize how bad a crash would be if one happened. So your required action, unequivocal. Adjust your speed to be at or below that number on the sign.
Not even a little bit over.
Legally, no. Exceeding it, even slightly, is a violation. You need to watch your speedometer, adjust your driving. The justification is pure physics, really. Higher speeds mean drastically longer stopping distances and much more energy in a collision. That makes crashes far more likely to be severe, even fatal.
So consequences for ignoring it.
Clear cut. Exceeding the limit is a traffic violation. Fines, points on your license, potentially even suspension for major speeding. Adhering to the limit isn't just about avoiding a ticket. It's fundamental to driving responsibly, protecting yourself, protecting others. It directly cuts down fatalities and serious injuries.
Okay, we've covered what we can't do. Now let's flip it. What about the signs that tell us what we must do, the mandatory actions? These feel like they're about clear guidance, keeping things orderly, maybe directing us around things or into specific lanes.
Exactly. These are the positive commands, the navigational guides ensuring everyone follows the intended path and moves predictably.
And they have a distinct look too, right? Different from the red prohibition signs.
They do. Mandatory signs are typically blue and circular, with a white symbol inside that visually shows the required action. That blue color is really significant. Red means stop danger, prohibition. Blue, consistently in traffic signs, means a positive instruction, an obligation, a direction. It makes them instantly stand out from other types.
That color coding is key.
Yeah.
So what's a prime example?
First one is the mandatory direction of movement sign. Katraksi kinesis, you'll know it. White arrow inside a blue circle. The arrow points the way you have to go.
Okay.
The command is exactly that. It shows the obligatory direction you must take. Could be an arrow pointing only right, you must turn right. Only straight, must go straight. Only left, mandatory left turn. No other option. No discretion allowed at that point.
And the justification for being so strict?
Usually about managing complex traffic flows safely. Think tricky intersections, roundabouts, one-way systems. These signs stop drivers making sudden, unexpected turns or lane changes that could cause collisions. They ensure traffic moves predictably, which boosts safety and efficiency by cutting out indecision and potential conflict points.
Okay, but what if someone messes up? Say they realize too late they're in a mandatory right turn lane but wanted to go straight. What's the safest thing to do then, besides risking a fine?
That's a really common situation, and the advice is absolutely crucial for safety. You must still obey the sign, even if it means going the wrong way and having to find a place to turn around later.
Don't try to correct at the last second.
Absolutely not. Trying to cut across lanes or make an illegal turn right at the junction is far, far more dangerous than just following the mandatory direction and rerouting safely afterwards. The fine for the violation is minor compared to causing a serious accident with an impulsive, illegal move.
Makes sense. Follow the sign, sort it out later.
Precisely. So the required action is firm. Follow the arrow. Can't turn if it points straight, can't go straight if it points left or right. It's a definitive instruction for your path.
Okay. What's next in the blue circle family?
Closely related is the mandatory passing side sign. Hauptstrategie colora procamis. Again, blue circle, white arrow. But this one's more specific. It tells you which side, right or left, you must pass an obstacle or a traffic island.
Ah, Like when the road splits around something.
Exactly. You see these just before a physical obstruction, a median strip, a barrier for roadworks, maybe those concrete bollards, or a traffic island sitting in the middle of the road. The command here is really about guiding traffic safely and consistently. It ensures everyone flows correctly around these obstacles, instead of each driver guessing which side to go, which could cause chaos, bottlenecks, maybe even head-on situations if people chose opposite sides.
Yeah, I could see that.
This sign gives one clear, uniform instruction. It keeps the traffic pattern predictable around potential hazards, essential where the road narrows or splits, or where an obstacle is deliberately placed to slow traffic or protect pedestrians.
It feels like these signs are often about making traffic flow efficiently as much as immediate safety. Is that fair?
That's a perfect way to put it. It's a blend. They ensure safe navigation by creating an efficient and predictable path. The justification is channeling traffic correctly, so your required action. Clear again. See the sign, see the obstacle, pass it on the side. The arrow indicates arrow points right, you stay right, arrow points left, you pass left.
Keeps everyone on the same page.
Exactly. Reduces hesitation, removes ambiguity right where a split-second decision matters most.
Okay. Any other key mandatory signs?
Yes, a very important set, especially relevant today, concerning vulnerable road users. The mandatory cycle path or pedestrian path signs. Koilaktromos or Paregi symbol.
The ones with the little bike or person symbol?
That's them. Blue circle, white symbol of a bicycle, or a pedestrian, sometimes both together. These are about designating exclusive use. The command here is exclusive. Only pedestrians or cyclists, or both if shown, are allowed to use that specific space. It is not a shared space for cars. It's set aside purely for the safety and free movement of these non-motorized users.
And the justification seems pretty clear there.
Extremely clear and profound. It's about creating dedicated infrastructure that physically separates different types of traffic. This dramatically cuts down conflict points and the risk of severe injury or death for pedestrians and cyclists who obviously don't have the protection of a vehicle around them. Plus, it encourages active travel by making it safer and feel safer.
With cities trying to promote more walking and cycling, how vital are these signs in that bigger picture, beyond just the immediate safety rule?
Oh, they're absolutely critical, host. In that broader urban context, these signs aren't just about safety rules. They are fundamental building blocks of sustainable urban planning and public health strategy.
How so?
They enable a shift away from total car dependence. That means fewer emissions, better air quality, promoting healthier lifestyles through walking and cycling. And from the pure safety angle, the data is clear. Dedicated paths massively reduce accidents involving vulnerable road users. So, as a driver of a car or motorbike, your required action is absolute. You are explicitly prohibited from entering or using these paths.
Just out.
Stay out. Respect these dedicated spaces. Driving into a bike lane or onto a pavement isn't just illegal, it's incredibly dangerous and puts people at severe risk. These signs are a clear command. Keep motorized traffic out of these zones. It's about the law, yes, but it's also about basic civic responsibility.
Wow, we've really covered some ground today. It's amazing how much depth there is to something we see constantly. We've gone from the absolute command of the SWP sign, that full halt no matter what, to that really critical, often confusing difference between no stopping and no parking.
One line versus two lines.
Exactly. One letting you stop briefly, the other banning it entirely. And then the clear guidance of those blue mandatory direction signs, pointing the only way you can go. We've really dug into the rules that keep us on track, and crucially, the why behind them. It's so much more than just shapes and colors.
It really is. And connecting it all, you see these signs aren't just random rules scattered about. The mandatory stop, the parking nuances, the directional arrows, they form a cohesive, interconnected language of road safety.
A language. I like that.
Each sign, each symbol, plays its part in this bigger system of traffic management, all designed to create a predictable, safe environment. The uniform designs, the symbols, the consistent placement, it ensures this language works across different places for diverse drivers. It's a truly universal system designed to minimize confusion.
And underpinning it all, as you said, isn't just good advice from instructors like Aristographos, whose practical insights are invaluable.
Invaluable for understanding the application, yes.
But it's rooted in actual law. Those official government documents, like the Leilkir Tusi, give these signs real teeth, real authority. It's not just a guide, it's the law, formally set out for consistency and enforcement.
That legal backing is crucial.
Which brings us to a really important point. Why does my understanding, or your understanding as a listener, actually translate into collective safety? What's the bigger impact beyond just avoiding a ticket?
That's really the heart of it all, isn't it? When you deeply understand these signs, it fosters a greater sense of civic responsibility on the road. Your decision to make that full stop at 3 a.m., even when nobody's around, isn't just about you obeying a rule. It actively reduces uncertainty for anyone else who might appear, who expects you to follow that rule. It builds trust.
Collective trust.
Exactly. And that shared understanding, that trust, creates a more harmonious, more predictable traffic environment, which, as we've said, is the absolute foundation of preventing accidents. When everyone follows the same explicit commands, traffic just flows better, safer, and with less stress for everybody.
So knowledge needs to be applied, internalized.
Absolutely. And even drivers who've been on the road for decades, we can all benefit from revisiting these basics. Those subtle distinctions like no stopping versus no parking, they can get hazy over time, but they matter hugely for safety and legality. It's a continuous learning curve.
That raises a really interesting question then. How much smoother, how much more accident-free could our roads actually be if every single driver, every single time, didn't just see the sign, but truly internalized its specific command and the reason why it's there?
It's a powerful thought, isn't it? Suggests that a deeper collective appreciation could really transform our road network's safety and efficiency.
We've taken a really comprehensive deep dive today into regulatory traffic signs. We've broken down their purpose, their categories, and crucially, what they demand from you as a driver and why. From that non-negotiable stop TP sign halt to telling apart no stopping and no parking.
I remember the lines.
In following those blue mandatory direction arrows, we've explored the rules that literally keep us all safe and moving in the right direction within these complex shared spaces. We really hope this deep dive has given you a richer understanding, maybe some renewed confidence in reading these vital road commands. The practical wisdom from experts like Eris Zografos is just so valuable in connecting the rules to real-world safe driving. So, here's a thought for your next drive. Don't just see the signs, try to actively understand them. Notice not just what they say, but how they're actually choreographing that whole invisible dance of safe movement we're all part of. How many little details can you spot now? That slight hesitation for a yield sign, maybe, or how traffic funnels perfectly due to a mandatory turn arrow. Notice how these clear commands shape the flow all around you. Keep learning, keep observing, and please stay safe out there.